Most people will never get visible abs, not because they are lazy, not because they don't try hard enough, but because they've been following advice that sounds right but is completely wrong. Think about it. How many times have you heard things like, just do more crunches, train abs every day, follow this 30-day ab challenge? It sounds logical, right? If you want abs, you just have to train your abs, right? But here is the problem. That's like trying to empty a swimming pool with a spoon while the water is still filling up. You are putting in effort, but you are not attacking the real problem. And that's why so many people spend months, even years, training abs and still see nothing in the mirror. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 biggest lies about getting abs, using real science. Because once you understand these mistakes, everything starts to make sense. And at the end of the video, I'll show you exactly what you need to do to finally get visible abs. So before you do another crunch, make sure you are not wasting your time, because one of these lies is probably the exact reason you are not seeing results right now. Let's start with the most common myth. If you want abs, just do more crunches. Sounds logical, right? Train the muscle and you'll burn the fat on top of it. But your body doesn't burn fat locally. You could do 1000 crunches a day and still not lose belly fat specifically. Think of your body like central heating in a house. When you turn the heat on, you don't choose which room warms up first. Fat loss works the same way. Your body decides where fat comes off, not your exercises. This idea is called spot reduction, and it's been disproven repeatedly. A study published in the Journal of Sports Science looked at people who trained their abs for several weeks. The researchers found that while the abdominal muscles got stronger, there was no reduction in belly fat. This shows clearly that you cannot burn fat from your stomach by doing crunches alone. Your body decides where to lose fat, not your exercise. And this is the trap, right? Crunches feel productive, they burn, they're hard, but you are building the muscle while leaving the fat covering it untouched. It's like polishing a car that is still covered in mud. The sign is there, you just can't see it. Now let's talk about the biggest promise in fitness: get abs in 30 days. It works as marketing because people want fast results, but your body doesn't work on deadlines, it works on biology. Getting visible abs is not about how many days you train, it's about how much fat you need to lose. And for most people, that takes longer than they expect. Your abs are already there. They are simply hidden under a layer of fat. Think of that fat like a blanket. Some people have a thin blanket, others have a thicker one. The goal is not to build abs quickly, the goal is to remove the blanket. And removing that blanket too aggressively can backfire. A study published in the International Journal of Sports Nutrition and Exercise Metabolism compared slow versus fast weight loss in athletes. Both groups lost similar amounts of fat, but the group that lost weight more slowly maintained strength and even gained muscle, while the faster group did not. This shows that rushing fat loss can cost you muscle, and losing muscle often makes your abs look worse, not better. So those 30-day transformations, they either start from an already lean physique or they don't tell you the full story. Real results take longer, but they last. This one feels like discipline. I train abs every day, so I must be doing everything right. But more is not always better. Your abs are muscles at the end of the day, just like your chest or legs, and muscles need recovery to grow. Training abs hard every single day is like scratching a bounce repeatedly and expecting it to heal faster. It doesn't. It just slows the process down. Science supports this too. A systematic review published in Sports Medicine looked at how training frequency affects muscle growth. The researchers found that training a muscle more often didn't automatically produce better gains unless enough recovery time was allowed between sessions. This reinforces an important idea. Muscles don't grow while you train, they grow while you recover. And here's what most people miss. You don't need endless ab workouts, you need proper tension, controlled reps, and progressive overload. That's it. Training abs less often but with higher quality is usually far more effective than training them every single day. Most people chase abs to look better, and that's fine, but your core is about far more than appearance. Your abs are involved in almost every movement you make: running, lifting, standing upright, even maintaining posture. Think of your core like the foundation of a building. You don't see it, right? But if it's weak, everything built on top becomes unstable. Research on core stability demonstrated that a strong core improves performance and reduces injury risk. The study shows that abs are not just for aesthetics. They are crucial for stability, posture, and functional strength. So when you train abs properly, you are not just building a six-pack. You are building strength, control, and stability. And ironically, that also helps your abs look better. This is where many people go all in. I'll just do more cardio. Running, cycling, sweating for hours, and yes, cardio burns calories, but burning calories doesn't automatically mean losing fat. Fat loss depends on your overall energy balance. Think of your body like a bank account. Cardio is spending money, but if you keep depositing more than you spend, your balance still goes up. Fat works the same way. You can run for an hour every day, but if you still eat more calories than you burn, nothing changes. Research published in Public Health Nutrition examined the effects of exercise on body fat when not combined with dietary changes. The researchers found that many people experience minimal or not meaningful fat loss from exercise alone. This shows that exercise is great for health, but it's usually not enough by itself to reveal your abs. If crunches don't burn belly fat, if cardio alone isn't enough, and if shortcuts don't work, then what actually does? Now, here is the part most people skip. Not because it's difficult, but because it's not exciting. There is no secret hack, just a system. Getting visible abs is not just about doing more. It's about doing the right things consistently. Think of it like unlocking a door. You don't need more force, you need the right key. And that key has 5 parts. The part 1 is your protein. Most people lose weight, but also lose muscle. And when that happens, they look smaller, not better. Protein helps preserve muscle while dieting, which is essential for visible and defined abs. The part 2 is that you have to train your abs like a muscle, not endless reps, not random circuits. Train them properly. Add resistance, control the movement. You have to progress over time. Your abs need tension to grow, just like every other muscle. Part 3 is that you have to use cardio smartly. Cardio is a tool, not the solution. You have to use it to help create a calorie deficit. Even simple habits like walking more can make a huge difference over time. Part 4 is consistency. This is what separates people who get abs from people who stay stuck. Not motivation, not knowledge, consistency. Doing the basics over and over again for long enough. That's the real secret. Part 5 is calorie deficit. This is the one thing you cannot avoid. If your body is not in a calorie deficit, you will not lose fat. No matter how many crunches, planks, or cardio sessions you do, visible abs are almost impossible without burning more calories than you consume. Think of it like trying to empty a bathtub while the tap is still running. You can work as hard as you want, but if the energy balance isn't right, the fat covering your abs will stay. So the first and most important step to visible abs is controlling your calories. Everything else supports this. And once you understand that, everything becomes simpler. No more wasting time on things that don't work. Just a clear path. Lose fat, keep muscle, train smart, and stay consistent. And if you do that long enough, you will get abs. Not because of a challenge, not because of a shortcut, but because you finally started doing the right things consistently. Because remember, small changes, constantly applied, that's how real results happen. If you are new here, Applied Human Lab is where science meets real results. Because most people don't lack effort, they lack the right information. So if you want to stop guessing and start understanding, make sure you subscribe and stick around for the next videos. See you soon.